Atlanta Dream 8-8, New York Liberty entering at 7-10. And Atlanta will start off with the ball. Stephanie Dolson rolling to the rim, nothing there. Short shot clock for New York. Johannes on the outside, drains it. Cheyenne Parker asking for the ball, going at Dolson, picks up and gets a nice baseline jumper.
I mean, it is poetic that Cheyenne Parker would get the first basket for Atlanta. She is their calm, she is their poise, she is their vet. The player that makes plays when they need them, and it's going to be a long night if you allow Maureen Johannes to get that kind of space.
She's taking advantage of her opportunity right now. Her assignment is Sabrina Ionescu. Crystal Dangerfield from the corner, a huge pickup. Just missing a few players for Atlanta. They're down 5 players, 3 starters. Actually, we already mentioned how Erica Wheeler is out. Erin McDonald has been holding her own in that position. Natasha Howard.
And Howard has gotten some looks that she would normally make. It's just not going down. But I'm fine with Ryan Howard taking whatever shots he wants.
Atlanta only shooting 20% from the field compared to the 83% for New York. And that's not even talking about the 3, Sabrina Ionescu. Emphatically with the and 1. Substitutions for Atlanta. You have Dallas Hillman and A.D. Durr. And that's what they needed. How about Maya Caldwell? Short shot clock once again for Atlanta. Han Shu from distance. She can make that shot. Natasha Howard, though, with the cleanup. That's big for Atlanta, understanding how to keep them off the glass. A.D. Durr with the response.
I mean, doesn't take any time.
A.D. Durr gets the bucket to go. Instant offense is what you can call it.
And we're seeing more shot blocking from her, I feel like, at this point in her career.
Playing some of her best basketball, but defensively, this is not the Atlanta team that we've seen. Maya Caldwell checks out. Ryan Howard back in the ball game for Atlanta. Dee Dee Richards misses the mark, but once again, another O board goes to shoot. Dee Dee Richards tries to send it out. Wickham sends it back to Richards. Great ball movement for the Liberty. Johannes dishes it to the corner. More ball movement for the Liberty and more threes for New York. So another take on the baseline. Oh, you mean like being a Defensive Player of the Year, as well as a champion in the WNBA? Spent some time with New York as well, 2015 through 16. Also went back 2019.
A.D. Durr has been a breath of fresh air to this offense for the Dream.
Fresh air and also throwing a few dimes. The 4 core values for Coach Wright, all in. We're seeing them all in at this point after that timeout. The toughness is what she's wanting as well. Ryan Howard working the baseline.
Should sub at that 5 spot and really make a difference. We saw that on the glass here in the last couple of possessions.
6'4" frame, solid in hands. How about Ryan Howard joining the party? Nas Hillman checks in the ball game for Atlanta. Dolson at the top of the key, hovered. This is it off to Dangerfield, who has been a bright spot for them in the last few games. A bit too strong, and Atlanta with the rebound. Durr gets the bucket, holds the follow through.
Atlanta can cut this to single digits.
Hillman sends it out, Durr gets the 3 to go. Sabrina Ionescu at the top of the key. Sends it off to Johannes. And that's the thing. Johannes, she told us we would be doing her a disservice if we just allowed her to just shoot out on the outside. Complete package, but how about Shu? Cheyenne Parker, you can tell a heavy emphasis on her. 6 seconds on the shot clock, not a lot of movement for Atlanta. Dirk gets it to go though. Durr going at their former team, Howard. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Howard, another player that is extremely smooth. Mom Premier was at the scores table to see if she can check in. Instead, Sabrina Ionescu.
If you make any kind of mistake on the screen, Sabrina's going to make you pay.
Ryan Howard has really had a different look in her eye. Yvonne Turner also just signed with Atlanta yesterday for another hardship contract. They cut Destiny Slocum is Natasha Howard.
Well, one of the best in this league at doing that.
Cheyenne Parker running through the passing lane, gets the steal. Ryan Howard for the three, gets it to go.
Pass. New York leaves her alone. Speaking of leaving her alone.
I think that's the best way to put it. I was just waiting for you to use an analogy that I liked because that is exactly what she's been. Erin McDonald has been an answer as well.
Atlanta cannot afford to trade buckets. They have got to get stops.
Richards pulls up, finds the bottom of the bucket. I think she's a solid 5'6". I'll give it to her. I think she might have grown in the offseason. How about Cheyenne Parker? Her game has grown in the offseason.
Number 2 overall pick in 2019 out of Louisville. Missed significant time with long haul COVID symptoms and has come back with a vengeance.
Erin McDonald at the top of the key once again. China already alluded to it. Pac-12 going against each other. Erin McDonald. You can see the emphasis to get Cheyenne Parker the look. A lot of contact underneath. It's cleaned up though by Beatrice Montpremier.
A little mix-up by New York almost cost them.
Durr from deep. How about it? The Liberty will get the ball back with 1:15 left in this third quarter. It's been all Atlanta. Johannes, how about that? Dolson turned down the three, dishes it out to Dangerfield, finding her home in the corner and builds a house.
The big bucket. Not gonna make a lot of noise in the game, but quietly will do the little things to make a difference.
It's the quick response once again by Erin McDonald.
Uncharacteristic, some of the shots she's missed tonight.
5 for 15 from the field. Sabrina. Cash. Maya Caldwell. Her second game with Atlanta. Durr likes her look from mid-range and drains it. It's a 2-possession game. Atlanta has never had the lead. Woo, you mentioned it. Timely threes by the Liberty. Has 7 points off the bench. Sabrina finds Howard on the inside. She's connected with Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard looking for a little bit of relief at the top of the key. Gets the ball back with 10. Howard fades away and as smooth as it gets.
Yeah, that is Natasha Howard's go-to.
And no doubt an all-star in 2019. Durr finds the bottom of the bucket.
Keep going to her. Durr has got the hot hand.
23 points hot. But how about Johannes that's red hot?
Atlanta would use more clock than you probably would have wanted, but that's the type of shot they need to try to get.
Ryan Howard trying to prevent the screen at the top of the key. The two-man game has been working for Ionescu and Natasha Howard. So Natasha Howard now with 19 points, 3 players in double figures for the Liberty. And for Atlanta, it's been all Durr. And the New York Liberty taking care of business here at the Gateway Center Arena. Will move on to 8 and 10, continuing to make their mark and put on a stellar June performance.